Welcome e-learners and social distancers. We are on 9.3, page 3. You came here for questions, I'm guessing. Hopefully you've done all the notes and built up to this through 9.2 as necessary. But here we go. We've got equations, not in standard form. We're to find the center, the vertices, the foci, the asymptotes, and the hyperbola of the hyperbola, and sketch the hyperbola. So here's what we know. This is a positive x squared. I guess before I get to that, though, I probably ought to put it in standard form. And here's where we're driven, not by the 4 and the 9, but the 36. I need to divide both sides, or every term, by 36. A lot of people will see this, they'll say, oh, 4 and 9, least common denominator, 36. That's not it at all. I want 1 over here. So we get equals 1. That's what we're driven by. It just so happens that this is nice little coordinated problem here where I get x squared on 9 plus y squared on 4. And from there, we pretty well have it made. We've got center is 0, 0, my box, my boy. We know that A is 3. We know that this opens right and left. We've got B is 2. C squared equals 9 plus 4. C is square root of 13. And that's everything we need. So I don't have to make too big of moves from 0, 0. I'm going to go right and left 3, up and down 2. So let's go here, let's go here. 0, 0 is the center. I'm moving in an x direction 3, in a y direction 2. If this was an ellipse, I'd sketch it in, but it's not. I'm just sketching in the box. To be honest, we only really truthfully need the corners of that box that I've been talking about. And here are our asymptotes through those corners. This opens right and left, so I'm going to take it from here to that asymptote, get it to it pretty quickly. Don't cross it, but don't pull away from it either. A little guidance. Okay, so that is the hyperbola. We got a little bit more work to do. The foci, square root of 13. Square root of 13 is between 9 and 16, therefore 13 is between 9 and 16, therefore square root of 13 must be between 3 and 4. So I'm ballparking it between 3 and 4. And what do we have? We have center. Let's go for vertices. Our vertices are to the right 3, to the left 3. So it's plus or minus 3. They're not up at all. Our foci are to the right and left square root of 13. They're not up at all. And our asymptotes go through 0, 0. So that's y minus 0 equals slope. What's our slope? Up 2 over 3. Or down 2 right 3 times quantity x minus 0. And there we have it. Nice when it's centered at 0, 0. Okay, so if you follow what I was saying on 31, then you would not look at the left side and say, hey, let's divide both sides by 6 and get this on 1 and this on 2. We have to be driven by the 24. Now, with that said, this is a good time for you. If you needed help on 31, 31 should provide you with the resource you need to do 33. So pause this video. Try the problem on your own. Can't stress how important that is. I think we all could admit that's true. Try this on your own and come back and check in. Welcome back. I'm going to divide every term by 24 because I have to get, here's my whole purpose is getting 1 over here. It just so happens this works out pretty nicely. I get y squared on 4 minus x squared on 8. So what do I know? I know this opens up and down. It's a positive y squared. I know therefore that a is underneath y. That's a squared. So a is 2. B is square root of 8, or 2 square root of 2. And for C, the foci, I get C squared equals, watch this, there's A squared and B squared already, 4, plus 8, C squared equals square root of 12, or 2 square root of 3. And there's everything I need. I'm going to need to move to the right 2. I'm going to need to move up and, I'm going to need to move up and down 2. I'm going to need to move to the right square root of 8, about 3. So let's go ahead and put this over here. I'm centered at 0, 0. Don't need to move up and down much at all. That's just awful. I'm going to redo that. Looks like I'm going to be in pretty good shape if I just build out 2. Once again, my screen timed out. And we are frozen here. Boy, I hope that fixes itself. Oh, hover cam, please, please, please. We're back. That made me nervous. Didn't want to redo that. Okay, so here we go. Left 3 and center 0, 0. We've got that. Might as well record that one now. Center is 0, 0. We're going to move up and down 2. We're going to move right and left square root of 8, almost 3. We're going to box this. That gives me my targets for the asymptotes, which are dotted. Asymptotes aren't part of the graph. They're just guidelines for creating an accurate graph. This opens in a y direction. Just get it to that asymptote and don't let it pull away from it. And then our foci are up and down square root of 12. That's between 3 and 4. Okay, so let's see, didn't leave myself a lot of room. I'm going to put the vertices up here. The vertices are up and down 2. They're not right or left, they're up or down 2. The foci are not right or left, but they are up and down 2 square root of 3. And the asymptotes go through 0, 0, so y minus 0 equals m. That's up to, oh, what's our slope? We're up to, I guess I'm going to use some space up here. Our slope is rises to runs 2 square root of 2. That's 1 on square root of 2, or square root of 2 on 2. Plus or minus square root of 2 on 2 times x minus 0, or we get y equals plus or minus square root of 2 on 2 x. And there we go. All right, it's all come to this. We do have another page, but I'm telling you, this next page in some regards might be easier than what we're doing right here, at least shorter. So just like with ellipses, we need to complete the square, get this in some usable form, and go from there. And we got a lot going on. I'm going to group my x's. I'm going to factor out 9. I'm going to leave a blank. And then I'm going to go minus. I'm going to factor out a -1 here. I'm going to even put the -1 there. Minus 1 times y squared, common mistake, plus 6y. Leave a blank, equals -18. subtract 18 both sides. Haven't changed we've changed the form of the equation, but the equation still holds. But now we need to complete the square. Half of 4, 2 squared plus 4 double underline. Half of 6, 3 squared plus 9 double underline. What did I really just do? I added 36. What did I really just do? I subtracted 9. So I've got 9 times x minus 2 squared minus quantity y plus 3 squared equals, that's negative 27 versus positive 36 equals positive 9. And now I'm driven by making this 1. Now, right now we would probably, if we didn't look over here, we'd say, oh, if this is a hyperbola, it's going to open left and right. That might be true, it might not be true. It still has something to do with this. Let's say this had become negative 9. Then I'd be dividing both sides by negative 9. It would make this negative and this positive, and it would flip it to be an up and down hyperbola. But we are correct in that guess that it would have been opening right and left because we're dividing by positive 9. So anyway, here we go. We've got x minus 2 squared on 1 minus quantity y plus 3 squared on 9 equals 1. So what are the things we know? 5 of them. First off, it opens right left. Second, the center of our hyperbola is myvox 2, myvoy negative 3. A is 1, B is 3, C is square root of 10. 1 plus 9, 10, square root of 10. So there's our 5 things plus one more we need. We got more than we need for the equation, but anyway, that's definitely enough for the graph. So I'm to the right and left. I'm to the right 2, left 3. I don't move right and left far at all, and I only move up or down 3. So right, did I say right 2, left 3, right 2, down 3. So by the time I go to the right 2, that's about all I really need to do here. Right 2, down 3, or right here. Okay. From there, I'm going to go right and left 1, but up and down 3. Build our boxes, or at least the corners of our boxes. Asymptote. Now, I mentioned this on the last page, but to give me the slope of this thing, the slope is 3 on 1. It's the change in y over change in x, and y is going from 3 squared to 1 squared to 3 to 1. The slopes are 3 on 1. I know what the slope is right now. I know the point that the line passes through right now. It passes through, the asymptotes pass through to negative 3. We got a lot of information right there. Opens right and left. So we go from here, get to those asymptotes. Let's see, C is a little bit more than 3, so I need to go right and left, 1, 2, 3, a little bit more than 3. 1, 2, 3, a little bit more than 3. Got the center. The vertices, where are we? To get to this vertex, I went right 2, another one, that's 3, negative 3. To get to this one, I went right 2, down 3, but back 1. So this is 1, negative 3. The foci in some ways are easier, even though they involve this square root of 10. How did I get to this out to here? I went to the right 2, but then I went another square root of 10. 2 plus square root of 10, and we're down 3. How did I get here? I didn't really just go backwards here. I went to the right 2 and came back square root of 10. Okay, So there's our foci and our asymptotes. We break this down for you. We've got a point that both asymptotes go through, 2, -3, and our slopes, as we built the box, we went up 3 over 1. Our slopes are plus or minus 3. So the equations are y minus -3, y plus 3 equals our slopes plus or minus 3 times x minus 2. Okay. In some ways easier, suspect maybe a little ugliness here. Let's see what happens. Maybe something nice works out. But again, this is a time for you to try it. This isn't a time, I can do these. I'm not that I don't make mistakes, but I can do these things. It's a time for you to know that you can do it. So give it a try and pause this, try it, come on back. Welcome back. I'm going to group my x's, factor out a 2. I'm going to group my y's, factor out a -7. But there are no more y's, and I'm going to subtract 18. The same equation rearranged. Half of 8, 4 squared plus 16. Not the same equation anymore. What did I really just do? I really just added 32. Well, I think we did get a little bit of a break here. You might see where I'm heading with this. I get 2, screen froze again. My screen maybe not. Okay, we're still good. I get 2 times quantity x plus 4 squared minus 7y squared equals, this is a little blessing here, -18 plus 32 is positive 14. So I need to divide both sides by 14 because I want to have 1 there. So divide each term by 14. And I get x plus 4 squared on 7 minus y squared on 2 equals 1. And now, if you just needed that for support, work on the rest of this yourself, come back and check it. We have a center of my vox -4, my voy 0. We've got A is under the positive, is square root of 7. B, square root of 2. C is 3. How did I get that so quickly? Well, here it is. A squared plus B squared, 9. Square root of 9, 3. So I need to be left 4 and up 0, and I'm not moving too far from there. So here we go. Let's go left 4. There's our center. From there, up square root of 7. That's between 2 and 3, maybe a little bit closer to 3. So up 1, whoop, hang on, that's underneath the x, right and left. 1, 2, a little bit more, somewhere between 2 and 3 is fine. 1, 2, somewhere between 2 and 3 is fine. Up square root of 2, about 1.4. Down square root of 2. Let's get those corners built. Build the whole box if you like. The asymptotes are going to invade my space a little bit here. And we open right and left to the asymptote pretty quickly. Don't pull away from it. To the asymptote pretty quickly. Don't pull away from it. To the asymptote. I almost started to pull away from it there. And let's see, C is 3, so 1, 2, 3. There's our foci, 1, 2, our focus and our other focus, so our foci. And we are in business. So we've got our center, check. Our vertices, To get to this vertex, I went left 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's right. I went left 4 and I came back square root of 7. So that is left 4 and back square root of 7, and we're not up or down. We're at 0. To get to this one, I went left 4 and left another square root of 7 at 0. To get to the foci, watch this, I went left 4, I came back 3, or I went a continued 3 at 0. I would take a small deduction on that, though, because we should simplify that. Negative 4 plus 3, negative 1, 0, and negative 4 minus 3, negative 7, 0. Better answer. In our asymptotes, I'm going to go ahead and write the ordered pair down. The ordered pair that they both pass through is negative 4, 0. We knew it right here. When we built the box, how far up did we go? Square root of 2. So I'm going to go slope is rise square root of 2. How far over did we go? Square root of 7. That is square root of 14 on 7. And negative square root of 14 on 7. So our equations of our asymptote, y minus 0 equals plus or minus square root 14 on 7 times x minus negative 4, x plus 4. And there you go. That's 9-3, page 3. We got one page left. Little preview of that. That's where we're going to be coming up with equations based on some given information. We're probably going to draw some pictures and make some conclusions from that. They can be a little bit tricky, particularly when they give us some asymptotes, but we're going to work through it. Let me know what I can help with.